All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're going to look at Tellor again, okay? We're going to give an update on TRB. We're going to go over a simple chart pattern known as the wedge, okay? Now, there's a rising wedge and a descending wedge, and how this pattern alone can save you or make you insane profits, okay? If we look at the breakdown, okay, from the top to the bottom of this rising wedge, right, that was a 73% drop. So if you weren't prepared for that, you were probably taken by surprise, right? You're holding up here in the 40s thinking everything is all good. And, you come and check a week later and, the price is down tremendously. Okay. And we had a rising wedge with a breakout to the downside, and we're right in the middle of a descending wedge with a breakout to the upside. Okay. So not only are we going to go over patterns themselves, we're also going to go over divergence. Okay. So if you take a look down here, okay, this is our relative strength index. It's going to give you the relative strength of a token at its given price levels, right? And sometimes you may see a token going up, the price action is going up, and you may see the relative strength index going down. That's what's known as bearish divergence, right? Sometimes you may see the price going down of the token, but you might see the relative strength index increasing. That's what's known as bullish divergence, okay? Both of these are really good indicators, right? Divergence and patterns. And sometimes, okay, not all the times, you can actually get both, right? So what we have right here is a bearish pattern known as an ascending wedge, right? So we're seeing the price rise, and as it rises, as soon as we break this bottom trend line here, that's when we can expect a sharp move to the downside based off the rising wedge. Now, with bearish divergence, okay, what you're going to see is you're going to see a high, okay, and then you're going to see a higher high, right? So we have a high here, right, and a high here. So we're clearly in an uptrend going up higher, but look at our relative strength index. The strength is dropping, okay? We have a high there and a lower high here. So that also is another indicator of some possible bearishness in the future, right? So we had two indicators that we could see some bearish activity. We had a rising wedge combined with bearish divergence. That's a great signal, right? People are using these signals. Traders like myself, retail traders, institutions, even algorithms are set to detect some of these patterns, right? And that's why you see these huge insane candles like these, is because algos are coming in and they're flooding the market with sell orders or buy orders, based off of these formulas. Okay, now the other thing we're going to look at is the Fibonacci. Okay, the Fibonacci is a math formula that exists all throughout nature, as well as cryptocurrency in the stock market. All right, now, it's not just relevant there. Again, this is stuff that you're going to see all throughout life, when it comes to the Fibonacci formula. Okay. So I really like to use it to give myself some valid price targets, that, other people are going to be looking at, and where the price action is going to naturally be drawn to, whether towards the upside or the downside. Okay. So if you haven't watched my last video on TRB, where I basically covered the entire chart and gave a breakdown of all the patterns and all the divergences, that I've been watching on it, make sure to watch that video. Okay. It's a really good video. A lot of people liked it a lot. But we're going to go ahead and break down some of the recent price action and go over what we could be seeing potentially here in the future. Okay. So again, we had the rising wedge pattern. That's a bearish pattern, and we did get the bearish breakout to the downside along with that bearish divergence. We had two signals. Well, now what we are looking at, okay, is a descending wedge or a falling wedge, okay? And it's a bullish pattern where you're going to see a zigzag in between this pattern, look for a breakout to the upside, and potentially hit our targets up here, okay? Um, and so on top of that, okay, look at what we have. We have a low here, right? And we have lower low here, okay? Well, if we look at our RSI, our relative strength index, we have a low here, we have a higher low here, okay? So we have a bullish pattern forming, all right, that we're waiting on a confirmed breakout. And then we also have bullish indication, through some bullish divergence right here. So it really works well. It's very rare that you're going to see this where you get a bearish pattern with bearish divergence and a bullish pattern with bullish divergence. But when you do, you have to jump on those opportunities. Okay, these are opportunities, that you don't want to miss, and that honestly you truly can start trading even as a beginner, once you start to learn and practice these things up. Okay. So now that we've gone over that, all right, we're going to look at the Fibonacci's and we're going to go over how I get these price targets. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for a short-term swing high, right? So I'm taking this swing high. If you notice, that's this price level right here. Okay. My blue level right here. All right. And I'm connecting the swing high to the swing low. All right. So that's why we have this level right here as our swing low. All right. And above this level here, it's going to give you some bullish price targets. Okay. We have a bullish price target of 27, bullish price target of 28, and a bullish price target of 31 if we are able to break past 24. Okay. But below 24, is 24 is really the target of this descending wedge. Okay. When you're looking for these patterns, most likely the pattern is going to play out to the top of where the pattern began. That's where the pattern will end, and you would look for a new pattern to form or new signals to form from there, right? If we come back up to this level right here around 24, and we're seeing, maybe some bearish divergence, or perhaps we're seeing some bullish divergence, then we can reevaluate the play afterwards. Okay. So now that we've established how we use the Fibonacci's, I want to go over how well it does of, really establishing good price targets. Okay. So if we come in through here, all right, we can see we're actually right here at the close of these candles, right? At the open and close of these two candles, we can see that it perfectly lines up with the 18.268 price level off of the Fibonacci formula, right? And we look at today's high, or I'm sorry, the previous day's highs. We can see that it topped out right there at our resistance level of 16.901. So short term, we're going to need to get above 1601, and we can possibly hit this 18, 19, 21, and possibly even 24 if the pattern plays out perfectly. Okay. Now, it's not a perfect world we live in. There's tragedies every day, and things aren't always going to go to plan. But when you do have a plan, it's truly going to give you that edge in the market. Okay. And everyone needs an edge when it comes to trading. Okay, you need an edge over other retail traders. You need an edge over institutions. And using patterns and using divergences is one thing that can help give you an edge, and really, set yourself apart from other traders. Okay. So that's basically it for today's video. Just wanted to go over the patterns. There is potential that we could see 24 over the next week or two, right? But we have to keep in mind the macro perspective and the whole economic environment as a whole. Things are very, very bearish right now, but that doesn't mean we can't get short-term pops and short-term trading opportunities. All right. So again, we topped out here right at our 16.901 level, right? If we do pull back, we need to hold 15.21. Okay. Notice how we held that level one time right here, two times right there. It's been a very good support level. Okay. So if we do pull back, okay, after this nice rally, we come back, we have a pullback, and then we head back higher. That would be a nice three-wave Elliott move. Okay. Like an Elliott wave, that would be a nice three-wave pattern. Okay. So that's really the levels that I'm looking at right now. It's going to be 15.21 and 16.901. Okay. Above there, things are going to be bullish, and there's a possibility we could head up to 24. And below 15, there's a possibility we could drop down back down to 1247. All right. Or even lower. All right. So appreciate you watching the video. Didn't try to make it too complicated. Let me know if you have any cryptocurrencies you would like me to chart up for you, because I do viewer requests every week. And TRB has been requested a couple times. Made a video on it before, just putting out another update on it because I'm liking the patterns that I'm seeing, and it's been trading according to the technicals pretty well. All right, so that's it for today's video. I'm out.